Hey guys, today we have a very exciting design called the Sunbeams bracelet. This is a reversible design created by Sleepless Loomer. She is such a creative, talented designer and also a really good friend of mine. I'm going to link her Instagram to this video. I do encourage you to check it out. I just love her designs because they're fun, but they're also not really hard either. It is a hook design, but you can use a regular hook. You do not need a double-ended one. This is the back side here. And this is the front. Now for my wrist, for it to fit nice and tight, I only needed 4 circles. But I usually make my bracelets a lot bigger. So if you normally follow me, I usually make them roughly 7 1/4. For this, I only made it 6 inches. I know that's not going to fit everyone. So you may need 5 circles. So you're going to want to grab about 4 or 5 C-clips because we are going to have to prep some of these circles ahead of time. Grab your hook and your bands and we can get started. So to get started, we need to make all of the circles, all except one of them, like this, halfway. So we'll make the other half after we connect them together. But I do have the bands laid out for just one of them. So you're going to need 2 clears, which goes inside. You don't see them. You need 15 of your magic ring color, which is my purple here. 8 of the orange. And 8 of the very outer layer of teal. You also need 1 C-clip because we will need to clip it off until we're ready to use them. So if you're going to need a total of 5 circles, you're going to need to make 4 of these pieces. If you need 4 circles total, then you need only 3 of these pieces. So we're going to begin by grabbing the 2 clears and we're going to place them both on our hook. We're now going to pull all of our magic ring bands through, which are my purple. There's 15 of them. So we're going to pull this first one through both and then close it. Now we're going to pull the first band through the second, creating a slip stitch. We're going to keep entering these 2 clears, but it's very important that you bring your hook to the back of it and then push it through the hole. You don't want to just go down it like this, or your piece will end up backwards. So go behind it and push through. Grab your next one. You're going to pull it through just the 2 clears. Close it, and now we have 3 bands. You're going to pull that first one through the second and the third. We're going to keep repeating that until all 15 bands are gone. So go through the back and push it through. Pull it through the 2 clears. Now pull the first band through the second and the third. As we keep doing it, the piece may start to curl, and you just stretch it downwards like this. And it does start to get crammed towards the end. And then you have to kind of stretch it out to make more room. So as I keep doing this, I just go like this, pull the clear and stretch the purple together to make more room. So let's keep pulling these through and slip stitching it until we get all of them on. So once you're all done, it should look like this. You can identify that it's the front because it has these little dashes that sit right under the stitches. The back side doesn't have that. It's smooth under there. Now we're going to start pulling our second and third layer through. The second layer is my orange. The third layer is the outer one, which is the teal. We're going to be actually going through these stitches that run along the top. There's 2 loops and it makes like a little V. So it's very important that you come behind the piece to enter it and not from the front. So come over to the first one that you see, reach around the back and push your hook through both loops like that. Grab your first color. We're going to pull it through all 3 and then close. Grab your outer color and pull it through both loops that are now on your hook. Close it, and now we're going to slip stitch, pulling the first band through the second. We have to go in our next V stitch, so you're just going to look down at the top of your circle piece. Here's my next one. Remember to reach your hook around the back of it and go through both of the loops. I'm going to grab my orange, and this time moving forward, we're not going to go through all 3. We're only going to go through the 2 bands that are on our hook, these 2 loops, the purple. So pull it through 2 and close. We have 3 bands on our hook, and we're going to grab our outer color. And we're going to pull it through all 3. Close it and pull the first band through the second, creating a slip stitch. So identify your next V stitch, put your hook in from the back. Pull your orange through, just the 2 loops, and then close it. And then pull your last color through all 3. You're going to pull the first band through the second, creating your slip stitch. Find your next V and push your hook through. I'm going to pull my first color through both loops. I will grab my teal now and pull that through all 3. Close it. Pull the first through the second, creating our slip stitch. That's what we're going to keep repeating until all 8 bands are gone. So just keep following along. We're almost there. I'm down to my very last band, which is my teal. When you pull that through to close it like so, do not slip stitch the last one. That is what we are going to C-clip. So once you have it C-clipped, you're going to set this piece to the side, and you're going to go ahead and repeat that same exact process until you have the number of these that you need. Remember, if you're making 5 circles total, you need 4 of these kind of pieces. If you're making 4 circles total, you need 3 of these pieces total. So go ahead and make the number that you need, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Alrighty, so once you're caught up, we can put these pieces to the side for now. We have to make one more, but this time it's going to be a whole one. So do you see how we stopped halfway when we reached the 8th one? This time you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to go all the way around. Make sure you have your 2 clear, and then 15 of each one of these 3 piles. You're going to make it the exact same way that we did these ones. Just don't stop at the 8th one. Go all the way around. Alright, so just hit the pause button until you're caught up. I have all 14 of these done. We have one more to do. And the place that we need to put it is this left purple stitch right here. If you separate these 2 orange ones and look down there, you can see 2 purple stitches. One here and one here. This one right here technically hasn't been done yet. It looks like the orange is going through it, but this is just the band that was on our hook when we first started going around. So we need to put one in there. So if you separate it, come from behind and just make sure you're going under the left purple stitch and not that one, because that one is already done. Once you have your hook in, grab your orange, pull it through the 2 loops like we've been doing, close it, grab your teal and pull that through all 3. Bring both ends together and do your slip stitch. So now we need to come over to this very first section. It's right next to the one that we just finished, and we need to grab the back part of the teal band. So come back here and push your hook up through that top single band. Only go through the one of them. Don't go through the front one right there. It should look like that, and it looks like this from the back side. Now we're going to grab one of the pieces that we prepped earlier. Now make sure that it is on the correct side. Look for those little dashes in the purple, making sure you're on the front, which I am. And my C-clip is also on the right, which is how I also know I'm on the correct side. We're just going to put our hook through the 2 bands right here that our C-clip is going through. I like to put my hook through it before I take the C-clip off. It should look like this before you take the C-clip off. Go ahead and remove it. I have mine off, and we are very carefully going to pinch and take off the first band. Hold on to that, and I have to kind of use my fingers to hold on to these 2 pieces. We're going to pull this band that is now on the head of our hook through the remaining 2 bands. Bring both ends back together, and you should just have 2 bands on your hook now. We're going to go ahead and pull the first through the second, creating a slip stitch. So from here, this is where you're just now going to work with this piece and finish the other half of this. So you would just come around the back, locate your next V, push it through, and we will continue working around it. Now for the second half of all of these, it's only 7 bands. The first half, remember we had to do 8. Now it is 7. So if you want to lay them out, it could be helpful. Just as a reminder, we pull it through the first 2, close it, grab your outer color, pull it through all 3, close it, and slip stitch. Pick up that piece, come around to the back, and put it through the next two. So go ahead and keep getting those pulled through. When you are down to your last one, I'll come back and do the last one with you because we have to put it in that weird spot. So I'll meet you right back here. So we're going to do the last one together. So remember, you want to separate it a little bit, and you want to look for, out of the two purples there, if you look down like that, you want to look for the left one. You want to come from behind and go under the two loops of that one right there. So go ahead and do this part as normal. Pull your orange through. And your last one. Pull it through everything. And slip stitch. So lastly, for this part, we need to tilt it forward and grab that back teal band and get that back on your hook. This is where we're going to now grab another one of our pieces that we had pre-made, and we're going to add it onto the hook. So make sure the front is facing you like this. You can identify it by the dashes, and also my C-clip is on the right. We're going to put our hook through both of those bands that the C-clip is going through. There should be two of them there. Should sit something like that. And now you can remove your C-clip. We're going to pinch the first band and open it up carefully. We need to pull this first band now that's on the hook through the remaining two. So just pull it through, and now bring both ends together back on your hook like that. We're going to do a slip stitch, pulling the first through the second. And now we're going to continue working around this side, adding the orange and the teal. There's 7 bands to be added total. Go right back here, push your hook through. Go ahead and get 6 of them done, and I'll do the 7th one with you again. This is what it looks like. We're at the top. I'm going to do the 7th one with you. So remember to separate it a little bit and tilt it forward. You're just looking for that left purple loop right there. That's where you're going to place your last one, your 7th stitch. And grab your 2 bands. Pull your orange and your outer band. Bring both ends together and slip stitch. So remember, come to the back and just grab that top single teal in the back. Like that. So you would do that whether you're ready to add a new piece on and do another connection, or if you're finished and ready to close, because that's what your C-clip would go on. I'm going to put this down. I'm not going to add any more on, but I am going to put a timestamp right here. If you need to watch the previous instructions and do it with me, go ahead and rewind it to that, and you can go ahead and follow those same instructions until you have enough circles connected and made. So when you are ready to actually C-clip it off, all you're going to do is come down to the bottom of your last piece. So this is my top, and this last circle here is my bottom. You just C-clip it to the very bottom stitch. So if you want to count these little ridges, count 8 of them. When you get to the 8th one, you just pull it down like this, and that's what you C-clip it to. It's very secure. But that's it. That's how you make this gorgeous Sunbeams bracelet, created by the talented and so creative Sleepless Loomer. Don't forget to tag both of us over on Instagram or Facebook if you have the option to. But that will be it for today, you guys. We thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.